Most people with a full acre are still buying groceries every single week, and that should bother you. 1 acre is not tiny. It is more land than generations of families used to live on. So if your acre is still bleeding cash into the grocery store every month, the problem is probably not your soil, not your climate, and not even your budget. It is your layout. Your acre is leaking food in every direction. Here is the part that matters first. If you fix only 3 things, your property starts changing fast. Put your kitchen garden close enough to harvest every day. Put your chickens where they clean up waste and feed fertility instead of sitting off by themselves. And build your preservation zone before your first big harvest, not after. Do those 3 things right, and your acre immediately starts closing the biggest gaps that keep sending you back to the store. So this video is for you. If you have a yard, a small homestead, or a 1 acre property, and you are tired of watching land sit there while your food bill climbs, it is not for someone looking for a miracle in 1 weekend. This is a layout fix. A system fix. 1 acre, designed intentionally, can feed you far more than it does now, but only if every zone feeds the next one. This matters most if you are paying for food you could be producing, mowing land that feeds nobody, or trying to build resilience without buying more gear. It matters less if your goal is only a pretty backyard or a hobby garden. This layout rewards people who want output, not decoration, and it punishes wasted motion every season hard. Before we go deeper, quick note, some visuals in this video are AI-assisted illustrations designed to make the layout and the logic easier to see. The systems, the mechanisms, and the mistakes we are talking about are real. The point is clarity, not fake footage. Now here is what is actually happening on most 1 acre properties. There is a garden in one corner, chickens somewhere else, a few fruit trees planted where they looked nice, compost too far from the kitchen to use consistently, rabbits tucked behind a shed or garage, and a huge amount of land is just mowed grass, doing absolutely nothing for you except costing time, fuel, and effort every week. Meanwhile, groceries keep walking out of your wallet. Is not a garden problem. It is a design problem, and it leaks in more ways than most people notice. Fruit falls and rots. Kitchen scraps never reach the compost. Manure never gets where it should go. Summer abundance never reaches winter. You get tomatoes in July and nothing in January. Eggs during the easy months, then slowdowns later. A freezer full of one thing and an empty pantry of everything else. Your acre works in pieces, but it never works as a machine. The grocery store is still feeding the parts your layout forgot. So let me give you the acre map fast. Zone 1 is right by your back door. That is your kitchen garden, daily food, daily access, daily harvest. Zone 2 sits just beyond that. That is your perennial food forest. Fruit, berries, layered production, lower maintenance, and long-term calories. Zone 3 sits beside the food forest and compost. That is your chicken zone. Eggs, manure, scratching, and cleanup. Zone 4 is your rabbit and worm hub. Compact protein, cold manure, castings, and extra feed. Zone 5 is your bee corridor, usually between orchard and garden. Honey, yes, but more importantly, pollination that makes the whole acre hit harder. Zone 6 is your preservation zone, canning, dehydrating, and root storage. This is the bridge from summer to winter. Zone 7 is your perimeter ring, mulch, animal feed, windbreak, privacy, and moisture protection. The edge that keeps supporting everything inside it. If you remember one thing from this whole video, remember the acre works when every zone feeds the next one. Now, let us start with the zone that stops daily food leakage. First, Zone 1 belongs within about 30 feet of your back door. That detail matters more than people think. If your greens are too far away, you will not tend them enough, and you will not harvest them enough. That is not laziness. That is friction, and friction kills small systems. This zone is where you grow the food you reach for constantly. Lettuce, herbs, green onions, radishes, peppers, tomatoes, greens. The things that quietly decide whether lunch comes from your land or from a plastic bag. The real trick here is not just what you plant. It is how often you replant. Succession planting keeps Zone 1 alive. Not one round of lettuce in spring and done. A new short planting every couple of weeks through the growing season. Then simple protection when the cold hits. Nothing fancy. A cold frame can be as basic as an old window over a box. But that small move changes your harvest window more than most people expect. And the compost bin belongs right on the edge of this zone. Counter to compost to bed, the shortest walk possible. No wasted steps. No wasted nutrients. Zone 1 is not where you grow the most romance. It is where you stop losing the food you should be picking every day. Zone 2 is where your acre starts building depth. This is your perennial food forest, roughly 30 to 80 feet from the house. Here, food production goes vertical instead of spreading out flat. Tall fruit trees, smaller trees under them. Berry bushes below that, ground covers under the bushes. Every layer earns its place. Once it is established, this zone gives back with far less replanting pressure than annual beds. And that matters. Because the food forest is not just about fruit for you. It is also about fruit for chickens. Fruit for compost, shade structure, seasonal volume, and lower labor. When you are tired, your garden feeds you now. Your food forest keeps feeding you when you do not have the energy to baby every bed. Zone 3 is where most people underuse their chickens. If your chickens are only giving you eggs, you are leaving value on the table. Chickens are workers. They scratch. They clean up fallen fruit. They reduce pest pressure. They turn scraps into manure. They turn waste into fertility. That is why placement matters. Your chicken zone belongs right next to your food forest and your compost system. That way, birds are not just producing eggs. They are cleaning up windfall, feeding the soil cycle, and helping close the loop. A confined run with deep litter makes that even stronger. Bedding and manure buildup, start composting in place, and tin moober straight into the beds. That is fertility you do not need to buy. And one important correction here. Free-ranging chickens across the whole property sounds great until they wreck your garden. Managed access gives you the benefits without the chaos. A bad chicken setup gives you eggs. A good one gives you eggs, cleanup, pest control, and fertilizer. Zone 4 is smaller than most people expect, but it may be one of the most underrated systems on the acre. Rabbits are efficient, quiet, compact, and often easier to keep legally than larger livestock. But the real value here is not just meat. It is integration. Rabbit manure is cold manure. It does not need the same wait time before going into the garden. Stack a worm bin under the hutches, and now manure becomes castings. Extra worms become chicken feed. Soil gets richer. Beds get stronger. Garden scraps can cycle back. As feed, this is where a small animal system stops being a side project and starts becoming a soil engine. Zone 5 is the bee corridor. Most people hear bees and think honey. Honey is good, but honey is not the biggest reason bees belong in this layout. Pollination is . When bees work your garden and your food forest every day, output climbs, fruit set improves. Berry production improves. Squash improves. Tree crops improve. Bees do not take up growing space the way crops do. They amplify the space you already have. That is why this is not just a sweetener zone. It is a multiplier zone. Zone 6 may be the most overlooked zone in the whole layout, and that is a huge mistake. Growing food all year means nothing if you cannot store it. This is your preservation and storage zone. It might be part of your garage. A root seyarin cool closet, a shelf setup with a pressure canner and dehydrator. The exact form matters less than the function. This is the bridge between summer abundance and winter food security. Without it, you drown in zucchini in August and buy canned goods in February. With it, your acre stops feeding you in bursts and starts feeding you through the gaps. That is why I push this zone to the front of the video. Preservation is not a nice extra. It is one of the main reasons 1 acre can actually work year-round. Zone 7 is the perimeter ring, and most people waste it. Fence lines and outer edges are usually treated like dead space. But they do not have to be dead. Your perimeter can grow mulch, animal feed, windbreaks, privacy screens, and moisture protection. Plants like comfrey, mulberry, moringa, where climate allows, and nitrogen-fixing support trees can turn the edge of the property into a support system for everything inside it. That means less purchased mulch, less exposed soil, more feed options, more wind protection, more resilience from land that would otherwise just sit there as a boundary. The outer edge should not just mark your acre, it should help feed your acre dot. Now let me save you from 3 deadly mistakes that ruin this layout for a lot of people. Deadly mistake number 1 is putting the garden too far from the house. Every extra step between your kitchen and your highest use beds reduces how often you tend them and how often you harvest. That is not weakness, that is design friction. Zone 1 works because it is close. Deadly mistake number 2 is skipping preservation. You can grow a mountain of food in summer and still stay dependent in winter if you have no system to store the surplus. That is how people end up proud of harvest photos and still stuck buying groceries half the year. Deadly mistake number 3 is trying to build all 7 zones in one season. Do not Dota. This layout is powerful, but it is not a weekend miracle. Start with Zone 1 and Zone 3. Get your daily food and fertility loop working first. Then build preservation. Then add the next zone. 1 season at a time is how you build something that lasts without burning out. And there is one more limit. I want to say clearly, this layout is not magic. It does not cancel climate. It does not erase bad timing. It does not replace the need for learning, pruning, preserving, and observing your own land. What it does is remove leakage. That is why the personal proof in the source matters so much. The grocery bill did not collapse because the acre suddenly doubled in size. It dropped because the systems finally started feeding each other instead of sitting in separate corners wasting labor and output. Nothing got magically bigger. The system just stopped leaking. So what does the finished acre feel like? You walk out the back door and harvest breakfast? Chickens are already cleaning up yesterday's fallen fruit. Rabbits are feeding the worm bins. Worms are building the soil. Bees are increasing the production around them. The perimeter is making mulch and feed. The preservation zone is carrying summer into winter. And the grocery bill drops not because you became extreme, but because your acre stopped leaving so many gaps for the store to fill. That is the payoff. Not fantasy independence, reduced dependence. 1 acre will not make the world stable, but it can make your food supply a lot less fragile. So tell me in the comments, which zone you would build first? Kitchen garden, chickens, food forest, or preservation? Untell me your real conditions to suburban or rural, dry or humid, short season or long season, tight budget or decent budget, because the right layout is never generic. It has to match the life you are actually living. And in the next video, we take the next logical step. Once the layout is right, timing becomes the next thing that destroys production. Not bad land, not bad intentions, bad timing. So next time, I am breaking down the 1 acre planting calendar month by month and zone by zone. So nothing sits empty, nothing piles up all at once, and nothing goes to waste. Your acre was always enough. It just needed a layout that could close the gaps.